Over the course of 2019, we made videos suggesting apps for both iOS and macOS. For this video, we scoured through the comment sections and compiled a list of the 5 best macOS and iOS apps that you really seem to enjoy using for 2019. Before we get started, be sure to subscribe and hit the bell to get notifications whenever we share a video. First up is our list of 5 macOS apps, and to lead things off, we have one of my personal favorites, Unsplash. Unsplash brings all of your powerful switches and settings into one place that would otherwise take a bit of time accessing inside of system preferences or different parts of macOS. Or just things that you really can't do in general, like hiding your desktop icons for a quick, clean look. You can quickly toggle on or off dark mode, keep your Mac from falling asleep, toggle the screensaver on manually, connect your AirPods with your Mac, which honestly seems to happen a lot faster in terms of actual connection than the previous Bluetooth settings method. And there are also options for Do Not Disturb, Night Shift, and True Tone if your Mac supports those features. Some of these settings can even be scheduled. So for example, you can schedule dark mode or you can schedule Do Not Disturb for a specific time frame when you know that you don't want a bunch of notifications coming in because you're trying to get some work done. I definitely think it's a must-have app. Next up is an app for you MacBook Pro with Touch Bar owners. The app is called Pock, and what it does is take your dock and slap it on your touch bar. You can use it as you would your dock on your Mac screen by tapping to open or switch to those apps, and you can even see and open files inside of folders that are located on your dock. The widget is customizable by heading into the preferences to toggle on or off specific settings, as well as customizing the toolbar to see the dock, now playing, status, and control center widgets, with more widgets hopefully coming in the future. This widget is great because now I can finally just hide my dock forever and never have to worry about bringing it back up again, as I have my dock just on my touch bar, making the touch bar much more useful. Next up is an app called Snitch, which was probably one of the more highly requested apps by our MacRumors viewers and readers. Some people might not understand why an app like this could be beneficial or necessary, but to sum it up, Snitch can warn you when apps on your Mac are trying to connect to a server, allowing you to decide whether or not you want to allow that app's permission to do so or not. This ensures that private data from said app isn't transmitted without your consent. If you happen to be getting too many alerts, you can always run the app in silent mode for you to review these permissions at a later date. But Snitch provides you with real-time updates on what and where your apps are connecting to. The app also offers a slew of other features that can help you crack down on unwanted tracking software, trojans, or malware that without the help of Snitch, you might not know is even happening. I highly recommend giving the free trial a shot and see what your apps are doing behind the scenes. Our next app is Stack, and it's one of those productivity powerhouse apps that can add all of your favorite work applications into one simple and clean experience. Stack does offer up a slightly different look or feel than some of the others that we've tried out in the past, and it gives users the opportunity to look at multiple apps or services at the same time in this kind of panel or stacked view, hence the name Stack. This can easily help with productivity, as you can see all of your web apps at one time and allow you to never miss important info or notifications. Stack works with Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, as well as YouTube, Slack, Messenger, Gmail, and much more. If you don't see a specific service, you can always just create your own by clicking the custom app icon and entering in the URL to the web app. The best part is this app is completely free. Finally, the last macOS app for 2019 is Moom. Moom was also one of the more highly liked applications that we suggested this year. Moom allows users to quickly move and resize app windows by simply hovering over the green full screen button and then selecting your location that you'd like to move and resize the app to. There's also a custom box option that allows you to draw out how big and where you want to place the app. Moom also offers a custom keyboard shortcut that can let you achieve pretty much the exact same core functionality of the app, but without your mouse if you can't access it at the moment. There are custom controls available for all of the moving, zooming, and other various window management layouts that you might want. Moving on to iOS, the first app on our list is Spotify Stations. If you're a fan of Pandora but maybe aren't digging some of the recent changes or direction the app is going to, might be worth giving Spotify Stations a shot. Radio stations inside of Spotify is not a new concept whatsoever, but it's always been relatively hard to get to or find something that you might like. Spotify Stations just separates the radio aspect from the original Spotify app and makes it easier for you to find or create your own radio stations in a pretty simple, clean, and interesting scrollable UI. To add stations, just tap on Add Stations, select a few artists that you like, and that's it. The app will then create stations and will constantly update them while learning what it is that you like to listen to help add fresh new music. Honestly, I thought this app would be unnecessary, but sometimes it's nice to not have to think about what you want to listen to and let the app create a station based off of what you like. Plus, it's free, so why not give it a shot? This next app is something I highly wished I had when I was still in school, Microsoft Math Solver. It does exactly what you think it does. Got a math problem that you need help solving? Well, you can either take a picture of that problem on your worksheet, draw the problem out, or type it out. Whatever is easier for you. Then the app will scan the problem, solve it for you, and not only will it provide you with the correct answer, but it gives you a step-by-step breakdown on how it solved the problem. Then for more practice, the app can create a worksheet with more problems very similar to the ones that you gave it. It's incredible and probably a huge time saver to not only get that extra help on those math problems, but hopefully it can help you better understand how to solve them so that the next time you come across one like it, you can just do so without the app's help. As far as camera apps go, we made an entire video going over some of the best options for 2019, and Halide seemed to be a favorite. Halide offers tons of robust features that every serious mobile photographer will need, like manual controls for shutter speed, ISO, white balance, etc. The UI is extremely clean and minimal, and is one of the few apps out there that allows for an easy one-handed use with access to controls and features at your fingertips. Halide saves photos in JPEG and in RAW, which gives users the ability to fine-tune nearly every aspect of their photos during the editing process. If you need something more than just a stock camera app, give Halide a shot. One of our favorite games of 2019 is actually an Apple Arcade exclusive, but it's definitely an addicting one. What the Golf is tagged as golf for people who hate golf. There's really not a whole lot to this game, as it's basically a fun physics-based golf game where you have to shoot different objects at the hole instead of a traditional golf ball. Sometimes you'll hit the hole itself for a pun-based level, a cat, a bunch of clubs, a car, or even a house. It's really strange, kind of hilarious, and best of all, it's actually really fun. So when you have some time to kill in a waiting room or at the airport, home, really anywhere, I highly recommend playing this game. Finally, our last app is a wallpaper app, and we also made an entire video detailing some of our favorite wallpaper apps of 2019, and Unsplash is one of the more popular ones on that list. Unsplash is community driven, but it's a community of generous photographers who share their high-resolution photographs for free, and all royalty-free too, which is a huge plus if you need a cool image for a project. I also recommend creating a profile for this website because if you're really into all of this, you can follow your favorite photographers in order to make sure that you never miss any of their photos. There are tons of categories to choose from where all of the photos are nicely organized, all ready for your use. And if you want wallpapers for your Mac, just download the app or go to unsplash.com. So that wraps up our top macOS and iOS apps that we suggested and you seem to like for the year 2019. This has been Dan with MacRumors. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope to see you around in the next video.